Rob, and I'm talking at you. Hello all, welcome to Almost 2021, or I guess as I'm going to call it, it's 2020 2.0. I'm sure it's going to be a repeat of last year, or this year, I guess. See, I'm already there. Anyways, how was everybody's day? Getting a good last day of the year in. I woke up, got some tools put together, went and worked on the lady's house, put a storm door in. That went fairly well. It was not what I was expecting, not totally. I sold her on a smaller, easier door. She decided to go at the top of the line, much harder to do door. So that took me about 2 hours longer than it should have, which is still 2 hours longer than it should have for anybody. It was cold. Everything in the winter makes everything twice as hard for some reason. But it got together. It went well. Gonna be doing the kitchen and bathroom now after that. So she couldn't have been too upset. And came home. Let's see what I do. Clean up the house a little bit. Got some liquor and beer going because I was done for the day. I fried up some chicken. Cleaned up the house again. As kids, you clean up the house constantly. Contemplated a podcast. Yeah, as you can tell, I didn't put a whole lot of thought into it. I can roll into 2021 with a little better show. Try to bring in more guests, maybe a lot more interviews. Co-hosts would be awesome. I'm going to have to figure out some kind of remote plan for that because I don't really have a good setup here for a co-host, but we'll get there. And if not, I'll figure out some skits or something fun to listen to. I don't know. Maybe you'll like listening to that. I can be a funny guy sometimes. I might have to drink some alcohol, but we'll get there. I think good in the news. I don't think I've seen much other than the newest thing is people disposing of vaccines. I guess that makes them feel better. I don't understand it. I mean, unless you're wiping out a whole warehouse, 500 vaccines really isn't going to affect anybody. You're just doing nothing but throwing yourself in jail and everybody's still getting the vaccine. But these are these people we've been dealing with. So makes good media, something for us to talk about. Anybody looking forward to 2021? Any hopefuls out there thinking this is all going to end? I don't see how that could possibly end anytime soon. This is a real disease, real virus. Gonna go for a while. I mean, you just don't cure these things overnight. Take 2 years at least, if not more. I mean, 10 years probably to go back to normal. Serious financial damage done. So just do what you can for your local businesses. You know, we're not going to bring them back. We're not rich. You got to be rich to bring back a local bit expensive. So this makes it even that much worse. So just do your part. Do what you can. Even a little bit helps. So here's something else I'm kind of into that I don't tell everybody. It's kind of weird. UFOs, aliens, space crap, all that stuff. Makes you wonder if, especially all this stuff going on right now in space and their curiosity of other planets, being heightened right now. And all these meteors and everything. You ever wonder if it's not really aliens, but us from the future? Us from the future visiting ourselves now, trying to change things, and now the whole shit show has gotten much worse. Makes you wonder, because it seems like if we had a time machine and we try to change something, Trump would be part of that problem. He would be like a time-space continuum, tearing this, whatever it is, you tear into space. That's it. He's that. And then we couldn't fix it. Like we kept coming back over and over again, trying to fix it. COVID had kicked in, riots kicked in, like all this shit, it's like we happened in 1 year. It's like if you came back at the beginning of 2020 from the future, try to change something, and then try to fix it and keep changing it to fix it, we would get the series of events that happened. I mean, it'd be that bad. So we may never get over this because it's going to constantly keep getting worse and worse. So has anybody heard about this addition in the COVID-19 relief and government funding bill? I guess with it being passed, or whatever it is they signed off on, it starts a 180-day countdown for the Pentagon to disclose UFO information, stuff like that. So they got all kinds of background stuff, UFOs, unidentified things that have never been reported to the public, that they're opening up, all of this stuff. So all I could think of was how bad is the stuff they're not telling us that they got to throw aliens in the mix now. Death Hornets weren't enough, all this stuff, that they've been trying to sideline us with didn't work. So now this is the last step. I'm sure it's not going to be anything important. They're just going to give us the normals crap, test planes, stuff like that. I mean, they never give information like that unless it's something they can use to hide other things. But man, wouldn't it be something if we just all of a sudden found out that we've been doing all this space crap because they've actually have proof that there's aliens or something else out there, which there probably is. I mean, how can we only be the only ones? We could be just a big cosmic mistake, but I'd like to think we're not. So, but yeah, keep your eyes open, because when they start throwing aliens at us, we're going to have some problems there. That or natural disasters. If this doesn't work, they're going to throw meteors at us. They're going to be whatever is going to take our mind off of things, because there's lots of stuff in the background we don't even know about what's going on. I mean, everybody's got their hands in something and they're hiding all of it. So just use the news to your best advantage. It's going to show a lot if you just don't listen to what mainstream media tells you. They only report what they know, and they don't know a lot. Okay. Maybe all these signals are sending up to space. We're asking for help to fix our time problem, because we screwed up to a point where we can't reverse it. Going backwards, I think. We don't know how to fix the world right now we're in, and we can't have everybody fight with each other. It's got to just stop. I mean, no one's coming up with any good solutions. Everybody's coming up with what's good for them. Nobody wants to give up what they think is their rights, which I agree. Don't give up your rights. You're never going to lose your guns. That's just not going to happen. Think about the realistic things. We got to function as a human society. If you don't like each other, don't like each other, but move on and get on with each other's lives. It's fine. You'll survive. I wish I could say we're all going to be one happy society someday, but we're not. We're human beings. We're different everything. We can function as civilized people. We're not going to get along with each other ever 100%. That's just nature. Animals don't do it. We're not going to do it. We can try to be civilized about it. It's just not going to happen. We see differences. We know our differences. Kids, when they're young, they don't see that because they don't think about it. And that's a great way to feel. But at some point in your life, you were wronged by somebody that was different. And that's what happens. That's where it goes. My dog does it. One time like a pit bull, but a dog like that attacked her or bit at her. And ever since then, she can't handle any dog of muscular size, anything that's, short ears, stubby nose, anything like that. She feels immediately threatened. So that's a dog. And they have a mindset of a 4-year-old. I mean, they don't think about anything other than their safety. And if they can think that way, it's a human thing. We're going to think that way. If you don't get along with people, you don't like the way they look, you don't like something about them that makes no sense to not like, fine. Hide it, put a smile on your face. Don't tell your kids about it. Don't let your kids see it. Let them make their own decision. You'll just have to deal with it and move on with life, but you can't bring society down with your thoughts. I never really intended to have a site just based on this kind of shit. I need people to give me some information here, some emails, some stuff like that. My email is rob.talkatu@gmail.com. If you want to hear something more than just me bitching about random crap that doesn't matter, send me some emails about something you think matters, or a subject you want to talk about. We can go back and forth. I'll talk about it online in your email. I'll drop your name, whatever, and eventually we'll get maybe an interview. Just do it online here and go back and forth. Tell me I'm an idiot. I'll probably tell you're an idiot back. I don't know. I'm pretty thick-skinned, so I might just laugh and agree with you. But anyways, we can get along. I have no preference to anything, really. I have my opinions, and they're going to be hurtful sometimes. I say mean things about people. I say a lot of nice things about people. It just depends on the situation and what I feel. But I'll see both sides of the story. I could be changed within 2 sentences, or I may never change my mind. Just remember, if you need to email, which is probably the best way to do it, just questions, stuff like that, things you want me to talk about in the show. If you want to even do a voice email, if that's a thing, we can do that too. I can even put that on the show. That'd be awesome. The email is rob.talkatu@gmail.com. And if you want to try to look me up on Facebook, there is a Facebook site. talking at you. That should be all you have to look up. That should work. It's kind of set up like a personal site. I really wasn't sure how to go about that, but you'll know it's the right one right away when you see the pictures or whatever it is. Write something on there, or you can message me. That's fine too. Just make sure you check out the show though. Give it a play or so, and then send it on to somebody else if you think it's something you might want to listen to. The more input I get, the better, because I can make it a better show, gauge towards what people actually want to hear. Right now, it's just whatever I talk about, what I want to hear. So that's not always the best for everybody. So yeah, just check it out. Let me know what you want to hear. I can accommodate to most things. I'm sure it'll be interesting. If not, I'll make it interesting, and I'll add more to it, and we'll go from there. So I'm on this local rants and raves page on Facebook. I think I mentioned this once before on a previous episode. Most communities, a lot of them have it. It's just basically a bitch site on Facebook. You can go in there and complain about people not parking their carts, or I don't even know. It's just stupid stuff. People just need to vent, I guess, and it's better being angry out in the middle of the streets, I guess. Anyways, the most recent one I seen was, which I don't know if it's a bad thing or a weird thing. It's odd to me, but people that want chickens in city limits. I guess there's a reason you might want that. If you want to be a farmer, go out in the country and buy some land and be a farmer. I don't understand why anybody want chickens within a residential area. I mean, you got a little tiny yard, you got chickens. What are you going to do? Eggs are what? $3 a package at the very most. So it doesn't seem to make sense to have a bunch of chickens in a local residence in a little tiny yard. You can't have roosters. You can't do any of that. So what are you really doing other than the fact you just got a pet chicken that you're eventually just going to set free? There's just no reason for it, I don't think. That's just me just ranting about the idiocy of having chickens. Move to the country if you want animals. All right? Buy a cat. So I'm going to kill some time here and cruise the internet with you. I'll try to keep the clicks quiet. But let's try. Where's a good spot to go here? I want to find something just, kind of stupid. How about AOL News? And we'll go to celebrities. Can't get much dumber than that. All right. Let's see. Nope, I can't find anything interesting. That could just be me. I'm not a real big, celebrity fan. I don't really see them as that, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to really take interest in it because it's just a bunch of stuff that doesn't seem to matter. So, what else is there? Let's try. I hate to go to Corona, but man, it's the only thing that's on the news. Science. There's got to be something good in science, right? Scientists may know why the moon disappeared in 1110. I'm not reading that. I don't care. What else is there? How to beat a hangover according to science. Well, that sounds important. Let's look at that. Let's see. What does it say? Let's do a quick recap here. Well, most of it looks like the same old. Drink water, take your vitamins, stuff like that. Let's see. The only useful thing I see here, it does mention to not drink bourbon, red wine, brandy, whiskey, stuff like that. Don't drink liquor. But the dark ones looks like the worst of the bunch. They do create more hangovers. So a lot of this stuff is stuff you already knew. So someone paid a lot of money for this study, which any college kid probably could have told you this. So here's a report about a storm on Neptune switching directions. I guess that's interesting. It's something we probably should be focusing more on our own planet about. Our own storms, our own reasons why they're worse and doing certain things. I can't imagine thinking about how much money and effort was invested in something like that will never really usefully need versus the time and effort they could have put into, I don't know, curing COVID, curing cancer, curing anything that affects people on Earth. I mean, that stuff is, I don't know if it's just scientists that just couldn't do useful things. They do those because it's something they excelled at. I don't know. To me, it seems like we should take all of our scientists, and put them into things that matter for our planet, things that benefit us. Well, enough of the news. Apparently there's nothing good on there. So now my dog is in the building with me, so you might hear a few whines or weird sounds. She's a high anxiety animal, and she's not around her mother right now, which is my wife. We call her the mother. And she seems to be doing pretty good now. She gets a little anxious, a little whiny sometimes. But if you hear a little bit here and there, I'll try to get it edited out, but you might hear that. So, what else we got going on here? I think I'm pretty much at my threshold of how long I can talk to myself. I really need to get people to write me in or give me something to talk about. I'm going to eventually get some kind of voiceover stuff, or not voiceover, but interview things going. I just haven't figured out how to do that quite yet. I'm going to probably look into Zoom or something. So just keep posted. I'll probably end this here pretty soon. I can probably go longer, but I just would be rambling and no one needs to hear that. So we'll get a few episodes in. I'm trying to get 3 or 4 going, then I'll get a little more longer ones going. And but yeah, just get it out there. Send out the podcast. Let people know it's not the best thing going right now, but it's a fun, just kill time, listen conversation, and they'll get better. And maybe they'll have something to give me too, and we can just keep sharing back and forth, and be fun to listen to what everybody's got to say, and complain if you have to. I like hearing complaints. I like giving my opinion on those complaints, and any feedback is good feedback. So let me know if there's something I have to change. And I just need those emails. So rob.talkatu@gmail.com, and check out the Facebook page. Nothing really going on there, but you can definitely message me, write something on the page if you want. Who knows? I'll definitely answer to it. So I guess I'll wait to see from you, and if not, I'll keep talking. I'll still be here, so check in and see if this gets any better. That's a wrap on episode 2. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you for episode 3. Thank you. Bye.